Good evening, Jim. I wanted to wait a few minutes before I give my formal introduction. I hope your day went well, Jim. I hope your day went well. I hope that you got what you needed at Home Depot. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Welcome, guests, friends, to your solution and an answer, Power Talk, with the world's #1 problem gambling interventionist. We are going to be here for about 30 minutes or so. I have a few notes. I have something that I want to share to help those of you that are willing to take action if you feel stuck, if you feel like you're not in a place where you enjoy, if you need peace, if you need confidence, and a plan, right? A plan. So we're going to be talking a little bit about this. Time is going to go by very fast. I'm going to encourage you to take some notes. If you're here and you are dedicated to change, you are dedicated to success, you're dedicated to self-mastery, I'm going to ask you to take some notes here. All right? So I see a few people are joining in. And again, I said about 30 minutes or so. Boy, my green screen's going a little bit hazy there. Let me see if I can fix that before we go forward. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is. Let me fix that just a little bit. Oh boy, I went too far. Oh. They're too far. Let me disappear out of the screen. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. All right. We just got to fix the green screen there so we can go forward. All right. Well, we already have today's proverb, which is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. That is today's proverb. And I'm going to share just a little bit here. I'm hoping to get some questions on this broadcast. I'm hoping, boy, my green screen is just not panning out today the way it needs to be. Anyways, it's looking good. I will take questions. If you have a question for me, if you have a personal question for me, or you have a personal question about addiction, self-mastery, problem gambling, I want you to ask the question tonight. I want to help you get free. I want to help you untie whatever it is that you've got all tied up in yourself. Because I tell you, life sucks when you're all tied up and you're in a knot and you don't know where you're going and you really don't have any clue. Life sucks. So we're going to do a little bit of unraveling here. We're going to do a little bit of a peace giving here on this broadcast, all right? So bear with me. Menu, let me see who've got... and we're also live on Facebook, so I can't respond to Facebook if anybody opens up on Facebook. Yeah, the green screen's working. It's just a little bit off on the bottom. That's all. Hello, it's my day one. Yesterday, start 1,000. My paycheck with 3,000 after the loss. My 1,000 loans for credit lost. I don't know more to do. Well, I'm glad you're here. Moo Porco. I'm not sure that's your name, Moo Porco. I'm glad that you're here. I'm going to be talking a little bit about journaling. I'm going to talk to you about one specific thing here in a little bit. Journaling has been a blessing in my life. It has been a tremendous, tremendous tool to help me get away from all that, all the ruckus and all the stuff that's no good for us. So we're going to do that. We're going to talk a little bit. So hang around, take some notes, my friend. Get a pen. Get your book ready so that you can take some notes. That way you can apply what you learn, right? If we just come here to this program and just sit here and it's going to be boring. If you don't participate, if you don't get into it with yourself, if you don't take notes, you're really not going to get ahead in life. You're not going to get ahead. If you come to this program, I want to help you. There's people, there's people on the other side that are struggling, man. You're struggling. You're hurting deep down inside. And you don't have a plan. You don't have a plan. That's the problem, my friend. Right? You don't have a plan. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more here. So thank you for joining, and let me see. Jim has a question, so let's get to that. Is it wrong to state that I am God and I can do anything? If God is in me, can I call myself God? Well, that's an interesting question. Personally, I don't call myself God, even though the Bible, right, the Proverbs do talk about us being little gods. Now, I'm not sure who God is actually speaking that to, but there's a lot of people grabbing that and saying, well, I'm a little God. You know, I'm a little God because I'm created in the image of the master above. You can choose to do that if you want to. I personally, I won't do that. I just call myself, you know, who I am. And let me see, what else can I call myself? I can't call myself a God, but I can call myself a soldier of self-mastery. I can call myself a philosopher of everyday victorious living. I can call myself the world's #1 problem gambling interventionist, right? I can do those things. And by the way, why would I call myself the world's #1 problem gambling interventionist? Why would I do that? Because I was a #1 loser. That's why. When I was out there doing my stuff, giving my money to the casinos, buying the lotteries, spending money on foolishness, and just living a life of chaos and no plan, well, I was #1. I was #1 there. So if you're going to label yourself something that's going to be rewarding for you, right? I call myself philosopher of everyday victorious living. What does that do for me, Santos? What does that do? Well, when you label yourself and you remind yourself, listen to the words, philosopher of everyday victorious living. Now, Santos, can you live victoriously every single day? Yes, you can live victoriously every single day. Well, what happens when you have a bad day? What happens when there's a death? Something dies or someone dies. What happens to your philosophy of everyday victorious living? It carries you through that. You see, my friends, we're going to go through some very, very dark times on this planet, and we are headed for some of the darkest moments in history. I believe so, because of all of the stuff that's going on, all of these experiences, our government around the world, these laws and these principles that they are working through to bring out into the world. I mean, think about COVID-19 or COVID, whatever you want to call it. Think about this experience, this time capsule that we've all been through. And we're starting to realize that a lot of it was just hocus pocus. A lot of it is just a red herring. When I mean red herring, there's a cover-up. There's something else going on behind the scenes that the government, these leaders of the world do not want you and I to see. So what are they going to do? They're going to create a smoke screen, right? COVID-19. Now, are people dying from the flu? From a high strain of an influenza that's entered? Yeah, people are dying. People have been dying for years. This is no difference. The only difference here is that there's a red herring, okay? That's what's going on. Paul Hunt. Yeah, there we go. Saying #1 is arrogant. Oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing that with me. You know what? Saying #1, I call myself a loser when I was a loser out there in the world gambling, right? Listen, if you're in front of a slot machine in a casino, you're a loser. I hate to say it, it's the truth. Because you're headed down a cliff and you're going to lose everything. You're going to lose everything unless you are a self-disciplined, self-regulated human being. If you are self-regulated and self-controlled, what I call self-mastery, you can go into a casino, you can lose, you can win, and you can walk out of a casino. But here's the thing. Even though you have that power and that strength in your life, why would you want to use it towards something that can actually destroy it? Right? Just because I'm strong, just because I'm permanently free from gambling, and I have walked through casinos. I have walked. In fact, in the last couple months, I walked through a couple of casinos because of some things that happened. Or was I playing in the casino? Did I want to gamble? No. I'm strong enough to realize that I can walk through the middle of a casino and I don't have to gamble. I'm not advising you to do that, or anybody, but that's just the way I am. So yes, I'm a bit arrogant. I will admit that. I'm a bit arrogant. I've got ego. And what is it? My alter ego. There we go. But I'll tell you one thing that my alter ego does for me. It keeps me from losing. It keeps me from going into the casino. So if I'm going to be a little bit arrogant, I'm going to be arrogant because I need to be arrogant for Santos. You see, nobody's gonna call me, nobody's gonna motivate me, nobody's gonna inspire me. I have to do it for myself. Now, I didn't get here by myself. I will admit that. I did not get here by myself. I had help. I have coaches in my life. I have counselors in my life. I have a few friends in my life that help me stay accountable. Period. So anyways, thank you for that, Paul. Thank you for that. By the way, my name is Santos. S-A-N-T-O-S. Santos. It's not Carlos. Hi, Laura. Welcome to the live. Thank you. I respect you too. I'm not offended by anybody I'm not offended by somebody who wants to spit in my face, right? I'm not going to let you get that close to me, but I'm not going to be offended. Because if we get butthurt by every little thing that happens, then how are you going to make it in the world, right? How are you going to make it out there in the business world? How are you going to make it at the job site? How are you going to make it within your family? When we're going to be offended all the time, things happen, and that's all bullshit. I don't even think about it anymore. Anyways, what happened here? Did I lose my... I lost something. But I do want to talk about journaling here in a few minutes because time is going by very quickly. All right, there we go. So here's what we're doing. I don't know if Paul Hunt, does that sound familiar? Please answer my question. When was the last time I gambled? The last time I gambled was when I was in the casino giving my money away. That was the last time I gambled. Now, do I know the exact date? Do I want to remember the exact date? Hell no. Why would I want to remember the last time I was in the casino for? What is that going to do for me? How does that bless you? What if I told you I was in the casino last night? How would that help you? Or what if I told you I was in the casino last week? How's that going to help you? Right? Or I haven't been in the casino for 5 years, right? Which is not true. How's that going to help you? That's not going to help you, my friend. What's going to help you is when you get a plan, right? When you decide, man, when you decide and you say, you know what? Uck this crap, right? Uck this crap. I'm not giving my money anymore to these casinos. I'm not pulling on those slot machines. I'm not buying the lotteries. I'm not betting on dogs. I'm not betting on roosters. That's what needs to happen. I'm going to get into this here about do you want to take your life, would you like to take your life to the next level starting immediately? Now, you might say, well, sure, Santos, but I don't believe in that. I don't believe that can happen to me. Well, that's exactly why. Because you choose, right? You chose to believe that it's not going to happen to you. Journaling has helped me change the way that I speak to myself. Let me tell you, there's benefits, right? I'm going to just touch on these. How do I start journaling? You know, what do I journal about? Will journaling lead you into other discoveries? And then I'm going to share an app. It's a free app that I use online for my journaling, my personal journaling. Or you can just use a book, right? Just use a book. Get a book, right? Journal. See-through journal. See-through. This one's not see-through. You need a journal. Well, Santos, I don't want to write. Santos, I'm not a disciplined person. Santos this, Santos the other thing. Well, then, you know what? You can choose whatever you want, my friend. You can choose whatever you want, right? Me and my community, we're going to use the tools and we're going to grow strong and we're going to touch people's lives around the world and we're going to set people completely free, right? Who wants to be in a casino losing all their money? Who wants to be giving all of their money to these lottery scratchers? Who wants to give their money to watch dogs or roosters tear themselves up? Because that's what people bet on. They bet on animals. They want to see blood. They want to see blood, somebody bleeding. Just like the casinos, they'll watch you bleed. You can sit there in front of the slot machine and you can bleed to death. In fact, there's been people that have died in front of the machines. My mom told me about a case, an experience that she saw the last time she was in a casino. A lady died. She had a heart attack right in front of the slot machine. Isn't that something, huh? Died at the sluts machine. So what are the benefits of journaling? Abstraction, welcome. That's good. That's good, Paul, that you haven't gambled for 3 years. Congratulations, man. Congratulations, man. So, the difference between arrogance and confidence, I'll tell you, the difference between arrogance and confidence is arrogance is a person that is really going nowhere. Nowhere. And he's trying to prove a point to people, and basically you can see right through the arrogance of people. They don't have any substance. Confidence is somebody that knows who he is. He knows where he's going. He may not have all the pieces of the puzzle, but he knows, at least he knows who he is, and he knows where he's going. Most people today have no clue where they want to go. Most people today have no clue where they're going. Why? Because they don't have a journal, because they don't have a plan. Hopefully that answers your question, big man. ND, New York. But it's 7:20, 8:24, 9. It's 10:24 in New York. So thank you for visiting with us. ND. Laura says journaling is great. Let me see here. Hey Santos, you like Cali? My brother lived in Laguna but got sick of it and bought a house in Arizona. I enjoy California. There's some things that I don't enjoy, but I do enjoy. I mean, I've been here since 1985. Ever since I went into the military, I stayed in California. I never went back home. Back home is east. Today I used a spreadsheet to list activities. I will use this list to help me improve on them. There's a form of journaling right there. Yeah. One of the apps that I use, thank you for sharing that, Jim. One of the apps that I use is called Perspective. It's on your phone. It's called Perspective. P-E-R-P-E, whatever, Perspective. It's a free app. It's very good because, man, I go back and I can research, I can look at notes, and there's, it kind of reminds me, it sends me messages, hey, did you want to put something in your Perspective journal today? Which is really cool, right? It's nice to have a bot sending you messages reminding you, because as I say, your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. Your bad life is going to come out of a good series of bad, constant, positive, or no, I shouldn't say that. Your bad life will come out of a constant series of bad, negative reminders. Your good life will come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. That's one of the reasons why I'm here on Sundays at 7 p.m. As a reminder to you, if you're struggling and you don't have peace, you don't have the confidence, right? You don't have the plan. What am I doing here? I am encouraging and I am motivating you to begin to get your own package together, right? Get your package together. Get your craft together. I'll tell you one of the benefits, long-term benefits of journaling is that you can write in the journal about your future. And you can actually, I'll tell you this is what happened to me. When I started journaling back in, geez, I've been journaling for a while, but when I got serious about journaling, then I realized, you know what? I can write in this piece of paper the man that I want to become. And that's what I did. Now, my mind was crazy. I was, I wasn't all there, right? I'm gambling. I'm losing money. I'm distraught. I'm very confused. But I would write about this guy that I wanted. I wanted this guy to be strong. I wanted this guy to be patient. I wanted him to be just himself. I wanted him to be able to respond to situations very patiently, very carefully, and just try the best to be the best person. So I would describe that person in a journal. And I would write down, and then I would crumble it up, and I would fill up journals left and right. Some of them I've thrown away, some of them I've kept. But I kept writing about this guy. For some reason, I could see this guy in my spirit. I could see him in my mind, and I wrote about him. And I just kept writing it and kept editing it, right? That's what I kept doing. And that's how you start, by the way. That's one of the questions. That's how you start journaling. Now, your journal might be different than mine. I don't know what it is that you would want to put in your journal. But the magic begins to happen when you become consistent. When you are doing a follow-up on your writing, and you look at what you're writing and you edit it and you change it and you begin to see, wow, man, I'm beginning to see something here. It gets you really excited. And of course, it is a discipline. It's not an easy thing to do. Of course, with the Perspective app, makes it a little bit easier. So I started noticing in my life, that I was becoming the person that I was writing about. It was pretty magical, actually. So I started becoming the person that I was writing about. So the more I felt changed, the more I would write, right? And I would just write it over and over. And I wrote a lot of stuff, the same stuff over and over. I don't know how many times, but I would write out the same stuff over and over, a lot of it. Once I began to see what was important, right? Because when you start out journaling, you're not going to get everything right. You'll journal, you'll break it up, you'll throw it away, and you'll do all these things. And then you'll begin to see, it's like a clearing, right? You got a lot of debris, you got trees in the way, you got snow or whatever, you got it, it's all in the way, but little by little, you get a clearing. And you begin to move forward. And I tell you, when your life begins to change, when you begin to experience the things that you wrote about, you become unstoppable, man. You become unstoppable. There's many things that you could journal about, by the way. Let me get back to, got a couple. Jasmine, 93, welcome to the live broadcast. I've never seen a guy your age with such a youthful glow. What is your diet like? Well, part of my, it's not the screen might be a little bit helping me out, but I drink a lot of water. I don't have a perfect diet, but I do take some nutrition from a company called Bio Nutrition. Advanced Bio Nutritionals. They are a green company, completely natural, all natural. I do take some of their products. So thank you, Jasmine, for noticing that. I appreciate you for doing that. Thank you. Abstraction says personal notes. Just writing personal notes in a diary, that's a good thing. You can, because here's the thing, you can use a journal for many areas. You can take a problem, that you have, and you can write the problem out on a piece of paper or in your journal. And when you write out what your problem is, you'll see something there. You'll see it. And what'll happen is it'll begin to give you ideas. What you write down, even though it's the negative, as long as you meditate on it a little bit, it'll start to give you ideas. Things will come out of that. And then you begin to ask yourself the question, okay, here's my problem. What is it that I need to do? Or who do I need to talk to? Where do I need to go? Or what is it that I need to start immediately in order to fix this thing? And the more you do it, the better it gets. The more you do it, the better it gets. Now, Jim said, by the way, if you're new to this broadcast, I'm going to encourage you to subscribe, Soldier Scribe. I do offer a 45-minute coaching session. I call it a mastermind discovery. It is completely free. It's valued at over $500. Yes, it is free. And what we do is we come together for about 45 minutes. Listen, you don't have to buy my coaching. You don't have to buy my books. You don't have to buy anything. You don't need to donate if you don't want to. If you want to take me up on that 45-minute coaching session, you can do that. But there's a catch. There's a catch. You got to have a goal. You got to have a goal because we want to spend some time digging and finding out what we can do to get you going as soon as you finish that 45-minute discovery session with me. So I do offer that. That is available by appointment. You can actually, if you see the email contact right there, you can connect with me right there. If you decide that you want to do something and you want to connect with the soldier, okay, the confident soldier, maybe the arrogant soldier a little bit. No, I'm not arrogant. Believe me, if you know who I am, I'm too much loving. In fact, some people have told me, Santos, you give too much away. Well, you know, how are people going to know what I'm about? How are people going to know me? How are people going to experience my coaching methods if I don't give my stuff out there to people? Right? You got to do that. Some people won't do that. Oh, no, they won't give anything free. You got to pay me first. You got to pay me first. Well, I'm giving out, and I'm just sharing with people, with you, with friends, with guests, with partners, because I don't want to be selfish, and it's not fair that I'm living my dream, right? Is my dream perfect right now? No, it's not perfect, but I'm living my dream. I'm living my dream. I just got to find more ways to bring in more income. That's all. But I tell you, it's nice to be free from the gambling and from the addictions and from fear. Fear of people, fear of family, even fear of my own self, right? Because your own mind will talk to you. This is another thing why you should journal, is because your mind will say things to you. When you write them down, you can read that back to yourself, and your mind will it'll register in your subconscious. And if you say it enough times, right? Just like a lie, if you lie to yourself enough times, you'll believe it. But you don't want to lie. You want to say the truth, right? What you want. Who is it that you want to become? You want to be free? You want to... I don't know what you want to do. I don't know, unless you tell me. Anyway, it is what it is. I want to drink 30 bottles a day. Can you help me, Santos? Will you help me drink 10 more? You got to just drink water. You got to just do it, man. You got to just do it. You know what I'm saying? When you get the thought, you got to just do it, man. As long as it's positive and it's not hurting, you got to do it. Appreciate the videos, but I have to make action on them. Yes, you have to take action on them. Definitely. Journaling, I'm English. Sorry, I do not understand. See? This is journaling, my friends. This is journaling. I'm showing you what journaling is, see? That's journaling. You got to be, and once you get in the habit of it, you won't stop. It's a beautiful thing, right? It's a marriage. I'd like to own a Kia all-wheel drive double turbo. That's a nice car. I'd like to own one. Someday I will, right? It's the same thing like journaling. You fall in love with it, you use it, you whatever. maybe that wasn't a good analogy. All right. Laura says, I'm grateful. And then Jim was talking about, see, Jim has, he's using, this is a different type of journaling. I call it journaling too. A spreadsheet to keep a list of activities. I will use this list to help me to improve on them for the preceding days. Yeah. That is interesting. Okay, we're coming down to the end of the wire while all that writing. I'm so distracted. My social media, my phone, TV, even the naughty stuff. Yeah, change. Even, you know what? Social media can be an addiction if you're not careful. How do I know it's an addiction? Because if you test yourself and see if you can walk away from social media for a couple of days, or from these certain experiences that you have, see if you can walk away. It'll tell you something about yourself. Not only that, we know people that have committed suicide because they were on social media too long and they were bullied or they were harassed, whatever. They took their life. This is a very powerful addiction. This is a very powerful tool. Let me tell you, my friends, what is up against you and I is coming. It's already here. If we do not prepare spirit and mind, as I say, right? My goal is to bring peace into your mind so that your body will take positive action towards the goal of your choice. I call that living free, living M.M.P.C, mind, mouth, power, congruency. Right? Peace into your mind, cessation of war, no more war, positive action from your body, right? Your body will take positive action towards the goal of your choice. One of the reasons why you're probably not taking action right now is because there's war going on up here. There's no cessation. There's no peace, right? Up here. And where's the battle won? I'm not going to give you the answer because you already know that. Did your fears cause your addiction, or did your addiction cause your fears? I started gambling when I was probably about 12 or 13 years of age. Now, I can you call it gambling? I was going through experiences at home with my dad. My dad was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? Not a good parent. My mom was there, but she was always in fear. So when my dad would beat on my mom in many different forms, we had to find an escape from that. And my escape was running out to the neighborhood, right? To the barrio, where the older guys were drinking beer, mixed drinks and all this. And that's what I would lose myself into. Those guys out there, they didn't give a shit how old you were. They didn't, well, I mean, you're not going to give alcohol to a 7-year-old, even though I have drank probably at that age early alcohol from my dad. These guys didn't care. If you had money in your hands and they were rolling dice, you can roll dice with them. And I don't ever remember winning any of those, but I do remember having money, and I do remember some of the arguments that would break out between some of these scruffy guys out there. There was never women. I don't think I saw any women there in the group. There would be 8, 7 of us out there gambling. And, we would it was gambling. Money, the allure of money, all this, the challenge and all that, which is like one of our 7 human evolutionary needs. So as a child, that's how I started. And as the years progressed, I started moving into lottery tickets. I started doing online casino. And of course, the major part was the physical casinos. I started going into those casinos. My story goes way back, and maybe I'll share some of that in another video. But if you watch my videos, you can catch some of my story of how it started. And I hit rock bottom in 2014. I had 32 years of on and off gambling. I was homeless with my family, my little Santos, my Ana, my Reiko. They were young at the time, fairly young, and my wife. 5 months we went homeless. We were in hotels and in shelters. In fact, we got kicked out of one shelter. And I lost over $800,000. Over $800,000. I lost a vacation home. I lost several acres of land in Puerto Rico. I had some cush things. I had some niceties, man. Brand new car, paid $25,000 for. It's all gone. All gone. I've had to start all over again. But you know what? I'm glad, because that door closed and it opened up a new door. And this is where journaling came in. When I hit rock bottom, I started writing. And then another cool thing that happens when you journal is that it evolves into other things. For me, it was electronic affirmation. And it went into self-talk, right? And today it's mind, mouth, power congruency. All of these things stemmed out of journaling. My business ideas, my all of these things that I'm doing. And of course, I've had help. I do have coaches. I've paid for coaches. I've paid to invest in myself to help me to get to where I am. Probably well over $100,000 in education. Probably over $100,000, and some of that was losses. Some of it was losses because people took advantage of me when I was out there. You know, when you quit gambling, you become vulnerable. You're not really thinking straight. You need to really have some good people by your side. You need to have some accountability partners because people will take advantage of you. They know there's hunters, right? There's these call them hunters, predators. They're predators, and they're out there, and they can smell vulnerability. They can smell people that are looking for something to get ahead, to get help. They can smell that. I got caught in that a couple times, and I learned. So now I can share this information with those of you that are interested in learning from me, or learning, just learning. Doesn't have to be from me. I think that was journaling. Journaling will lead you into other discoveries, and the Perspective app. It's just a free app. It's a really cool app online on your phone. It's the Perspective app. Let me see if I can pull it up here and show you what it looks like. I'm not going to open it up. I could show you all I've written in there, but I'm not going to do that. It's called the Perspective app. See, this is the Perspective app. And it will, you can play with it, gives you ideas, asks you questions. Great. Glad to hear. Keep smiling. Would you like to see a review of your week? Yes, not now. You can even see a review of your week. This is really cool. Not now. So I'm just going to show you what I've done here. I'm going to go through some of it. This is just some of the stuff that I put in this. You can see this. That's all journaling. It's all journaling. See all that? That's all journaling. So when people call me and they say whatever, I say, put it to the proof. Where's my proof of everything that I do? Oh, it's in here. It's in here. So I don't like to bullshit people because I've been bullshitted most of my life, and by the casinos and by people. And we don't have to put up with bullshit. We don't have to put up with stuff anymore if we don't want to. If you choose to do the wrong thing, that's your choice. You can choose to do the right thing. All right, we're getting ready to... Acres of Diamonds. Yeah, that's a great story right there. Acres of Diamonds. Santos, let me see. You talk about bad things, however, aren't disasters happening to people around the world? Yeah, what I'm talking about is the prison-like state or world that we're moving into. The powerful of this world are very scared. Those that hold the big banks, they are scared. Okay? And there's a lot of measures being implemented. We can see them. We can see them. Elon Musk talks about going to Mars, right? Building a planet there. It kind of reminds me of a story in the Bible where they were building a tower to get to heaven. And it's called the Tower of Babel. This is in the book of Genesis, I believe, chapter 6. Well, they were building a tower, and the people were one. The Bible says that the people were one, right? They were unity. They were combined together. Well, whatever they were doing was not right because God put a stop to it. And he confused them by changing their languages so they couldn't communicate. So that thing, whatever they were building, it's a picture, it's an image of us. Most of the time we want to build things and we want to be great in all of this, but we forget the reality of who we are and what we really need to stand for. Humility, right? Confidence, love, truth, Just being freaking honest, man. Just being freaking honest with yourself, right? That's a difficult job, but we need to do that. And when we communicate with other people, just being honest, right? Just talking honestly with people. Today, I tell you, man, I have a hard time with some people because I can see through the lies. It's what I prepare myself for, right? So I can see through the lies in my own spirit, because there's times where I want to do something and my mind says, no, you're not going to do that, Santos, because of this and the other thing. And I have to have a committee upstairs and say, no, I'm going to do this thing because it's a must. And eventually what happens, I pump this enough, the subconscious has to give in, and I get my way. But there's a lot of stuff that's happening, it's coming our way. There's a lot of regulations. Who knows? I'm talking about casinos, and I noticed that there's been certain times where I've gone live and I started speaking about things, and I've noticed that something would happen on the internet. Either I was distracted by something or it just wasn't happening. It's almost like the message, somebody didn't want my message to go out. I say prepare yourself for what's coming, because we don't know. We don't know what's coming. And if we're going to be here for another, I'm 55, I'm going to be 55 in October. I don't know how much time I got left. I don't even know if I'm going to be here tomorrow. The truth. Tomorrow's not promised to me. I got a lot of plans. I'm going to work like I still got tomorrow, but I'm also going to work like today's my last day. These are the things that we need to do. All right, I've gone overboard on my time here. We're going to be ending. No, I don't make that much money on my videos. I don't make that much money on my videos. I pay my bills. Well, I've had jobs before. I've worked. I do work. I'm actually a licensed insurance agent, but that, because of COVID-19, kind of put a damper. I am a life insurance agent. I am licensed, but I'm not really working that area. I'm basically just figuring things out, living off my savings that I've had a little bit. I had some money set aside, right, that I've built up a little bit, not much, because I lost a major portion, but I've been living off of this. And I did have a job. I had a job before COVID. I had a part-time job, and then I ended up getting some unemployment, so that helped, right? That helped. But we have to plan. We have to plan. And that's why the journal is so vital. It's a planner for you. It's a self-mastery tool. I know how I've benefited from it many ways. You will benefit from it differently, because you're a unique human being, right? You're different than me. You'll see things, you'll hear things, you'll see things differently. Maybe some similarities to what I have, but ultimately your journey is dedicated to you, and nobody else knows that. Nobody else can tell you what your journey is. We can only help and support and provide tools, but ultimately you have to get dirty, like they say. You have to you have to work the steel. You got to work the steel, right? In order to get paid, in order to be successful, you got to know how to work the steel. Regulate. I like that word, regulate, self-regulate. All right, my friends, we're coming. And Bad Keith says, well, you can start one, right? Even if you put $5 or $10, you can start one, and then you just put little by little in it. That's all. Yes, I've been on podcasts. I'll probably go back to podcasting when I'm able, and we'll get that. We're coming close to the end of the program. It's 44 minutes here. Let me see. John B., welcome to the broadcast. What are some other good habits besides journaling that you have? Do you have courses? I'm currently working on something called the Gambling Addictions Breakthrough Academy. Unfortunately, I've run into some challenges with that program, but it is in the process. Those are special videos. Well, they're not special videos. They're dedicated videos to that broadcast that will help you if you are really, really serious about wanting to get away from gambling, you can do it in the privacy of your home. You can do it through your phone, on a computer, anywhere around the world. This breakthrough platform will be available, I'm hoping soon. But it'll take you through the steps of learning how to forgive, number one, right? One of the first steps that I teach in GABA, in order for you to get the breakthrough, is you got to get closure. You have to get closure in your life. You have to know how to let go. And I teach you how to do that. I show you some examples and stuff, how to let go. Because you can't go forward if you're being held back, right? You're like being this way, you're going this way, you're going this way. You got to get closure. Number one, you have to get closure. And then I go into step number two, securing your finances. Step number three, waiting for the temptations, because if you try to hide from the temptations, it doesn't work. You have to face your temptations and your triggers head on. So this is all going to be taught through the Gambling Addictions Breakthrough Academy. I believe it's going to be a great program once it's out there. And other than that, I have videos, I have playlists. If you go to YouTube, I've got many great videos. Dr. Maxwell Maltz, I've got Harry Carpenter, I've got Zig Ziglar, I've got Anthony Robbins, I've got Napoleon Hill, I've got Earl Nightingale, and many, many others that have taught me many great truths. They're in my playlists. What else do? I do karaoke. I sing karaoke. In fact, I might sing one song at the end of this broadcast. We're going to be ending soon. I might do a song here in a minute if I can pull it up. I don't know which one I'll do, but I might do one. So on TikTok, I do a lot of singing. I reach out to people there because that platform allows me to sing. YouTube, Facebook. I have a Facebook group. Kind of struggling with that. I'm struggling because there's not too many people, and I think it's because of the shame. I think people are ashamed. Maybe the group, I have a Facebook group, there's a couple of people. I do post in the group. I do live programming within that group. Problem Gambling, let me see, Problem Gambling is Annihilated, I believe. Anyways, if you're interested, just connect with me through the email right there. And I send out an email every couple of days, I believe, during the week. We do that to stay in touch. It's called SciTech. Stay in touch, email communication. You're welcome to join that. And you don't have to do it alone. Listen, you're not going to be able to do it alone. I'll tell you that. I know I can't. I have personal coaches in my life. I've invested. And another thing is that if you're spending money in the casino and you're blowing your hard-earned money that you work hard for, that you break your back for, why don't you buy tools? You know, take $20. Listen, I've got some books. This book right here that I've got. Where's my book? Got a couple of them. This one here that's on Amazon. It's a great book. It's very simple. It's got a plan in it. And if you study the book, see, the problem is it's a short book. It's easy to read. But if you just read it and then you just put it on the shelf, right? It's not a shelf help book like most people think. Shelf help, right? You put it on the shelf. No, it's a self-help book. You got to follow. You got to study. You got to put some notes in this thing, right? There's a little plan in here, ask you questions and stuff. And there's some couple of funny stories and a little bit about me. Probably should have put a little bit more about me. I'm thinking about redoing this book. So there's tools, man. If you want to be a part of this community, and I'll tell you, this is a badass community. You're looking at a person that is completely free from gambling. I am annihilating things in my life that I lived with for many years that had no clue, that I didn't think that I would ever get away from. Fears, confidence. I'm singing in front of people. Why am I doing this? To show you that you have a gift. You have a gift, and you have to develop your gift. You have to find your gift. But where are you going to find it? You're going to find it in a community. You're going to find it in a book. You're going to find it through a coach. Or you're going to find it through somebody that's accountable to you, that's willing to tell you the truth and hold you accountable, right? Not somebody that's going to sugarcoat, pat you on the back, when that person should tell you, look, you know what? You don't have any peace. That's what you need. You need peace, okay? And then you just plan it out. And you know what you got. You know what you got. All right, so I'm going to do a song. They're probably going to block me. The Australian Health Show, another YouTube channel, says, great healing work, he says to me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna play a video because, or should I even? No, I'm gonna play the video because I don't want to get into singing my voice. So let me do this, and we're gonna end the broadcast. I'm gonna end the broadcast. I want to thank Jim. I want to thank Paul Hunt, Laura, Mark. Hey, Mark, do some rappings. Paul Hunt, that's the summary. John B, you should get on Instagram and do live videos. It's the wave. Now, I am on Instagram. I just don't have a lot of traction on Instagram because I haven't worked that as I should, but I am working it. I do, and I've got something in the works there. But my main goal right now is YouTube. I can't be all over the place because it just doesn't work very well. So I just do what I can. John B, thank you for that. Abstraction. And let me see. Unearth the metals. There we go. See, he says, I haven't gambled in a few days, but I do watch people gamble. I still watch. You know, I've gone online and I've watched people gamble, but I don't do it anymore because it can trick you. It can trick you, and it'll put you right back into the casino. So unless you're really strong, I mean, if you are very strong, then you can watch all that and laugh at it, like I do. I laugh at stuff. What's that? I think I'm so smart, and sometimes I am not. Thank God my husband will not allow it. You work the Australian Health Show. There we go. He's thank you. Boy, I know his name. I forgot his Nathan. I believe Nathan. My mind is off right now. Let me pull up this this video. We're going to end the broadcast here. So share screen. Okay, let me pull it up now. Give me just a minute. And boy, I'm really thinking. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that one. Can we do it? Let me see. I think we can do it. Let me see. No, can we do it? Watch on YouTube. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get it. Okay. All right, let me see. We're going to be ending here. Let's see, where's my Chrome tab? There we go. Sure. Okay, now we're here. What's happening? Is it playing? Is it not playing? Okay, here we go. Welcome to another therapy, singing therapy to quit, break the addiction. Come on, Santos, hurry up. Get into the song, man. There's a helicopter in the background. I do this not only for myself, I do this for you to show you that there's many ways that we can come to a strong conclusion to help us move away from the confusion, from the non-peace, from the darkness and the sadness, into peace, into a confidence and light. Right? I am Santos Jr. Sing with me. This is the Holly Something New here I'm going to try to do. It's a very sentimental song, very melancholy. So they'll get a tear or two. It's very emotional. And this goes out to all my service brothers, veterans, those that are still serving, and those that have come, and those that gave it all. And those that are struggling. So let's do this today. The Hollies. He ain't too heavy. He's my brother. The road is long, with many winding turns that lead us to who knows where, who knows where. But I'm strong enough to carry him. He ain't heavy, He's my brother.
So on we go. His welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
For I know he would not encumber me. He ain't heavy.
He's my brother. Sister.
If I'm laden at
It's
all, I'm laden with the sadness that everyone's heart isn't filled with the gladness
Of love.
for one.
Another.
It's a long, long, long road from which there is no return. While we're on the way there, why not share?
Why not share? Stephen Quintana. How long ago? Not sure what your question is. He's my brother.
We gotta stick together, my friends. We gotta stick together. Unity, focus, vision. He's my brother. He's my brother. No,
It's
he's
not heavy at all. He's my brother.
no, he ain't
Heavy.
He's my brother, my brother.
All right, my friends, we'll be back here. Let me see. We actually going to go. I'm actually going to go live on TikTok here in a little bit because I can do singing and stuff like that. That's what I do in the evenings for a little bit, and we call it a night. What do we have? We've got videos coming out the week. We've got emails. There's SciTech right there. You can join, be a part of my communication. You can send me a message if you got something deep in your heart. Maybe you don't want to talk about it here. You can send me a message. I will respond to your email. As long as I get it, I will respond. And we'll be here. We'll be here. Be back here on Wednesday, Lord willing. I'm not too sure if I have a few guests. If they don't show up, then we just close the program. But we will be back here definitely on Sunday. I will be doing live programming throughout the week on TikTok, Facebook. I'm not too sure what's happening with that. And then on Instagram, I might be focusing a little bit more on Instagram also. Listen, I have everything that I need to offer anyone that is willing to change, that wants to change, that wants to connect with integrity. I have everything in place. So with that said, I thank you all, and I will see you at the top on the inside on my very next one. making every day super fantastic and terrific. Paul, thank you once again. Jim, Mark, Laura, Abstraction. There was a question here presented by Steve. How long did you used to gamble? Well, I gambled for 32 plus years, on and off. Laura says, yeah, I've been practicing a lot of karaoke. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate that. But check out, I'm going to have some really cool videos. They're just short videos, 3-4 minute videos, therapy singing. I think you'll find them very cool on YouTube. Some of them are already in play. So as the days go on, they'll pop up on the, yeah. Paul says, love you. All right. You're welcome, Jim. All right, my friends. Until my next one. And Facebook. I don't know if anybody watched me on Facebook, but shout out to Facebook. I am Santos Jr., the world's #1 problem gambling interventionist.